Welcome back all, I'm your host Jameson, and we're here with Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Last episode we got through the tutorial area and met up with Edwin here. Our father passed, was murdered, right up here, and now we're alone and afraid in the wilderness. So what we're going to be doing now is looking for some new companions, some experience, some gold, and some new equipment. And let's get started. First off, we're going to tag the bottom of this map and get this location revealed on our map. And as we play, there'll be tons of new areas that open up. After that, we're going to go full Scooby-Doo and split up the party. And have our party leader head up that way. This guy doesn't have much to say. He's a hermit, apparently. And alright, let's move on. Get out of the way. And follow the road. Up this way. There's a couple of people up here. Talk to them. And looks like they're offering us healing potions. Fantastic, I'll take some. Got one. Yeah, they can join up with us. Like Edwin, they're not going to stay in our group permanently, but they're an easy way to get some extra pieces of equipment. Get Edwin some of that, some armor, take these scrolls. Otherwise not particularly useful, but free potions are always good. So we'll kick them out of the group.
I've done had enough of this.
And head up this way.
Yes.
We're up here, so let's loot the bodies of our fallen enemies and father. Meet up with Czar here.
I've done had enough of
And these two, Czar and Montaron here, they come as a pair. So if you have one in your group, you have to have the other. Kick one out, the other leaves as well. We're going to showcase the power of the sleep spell. When enemies are asleep, you don't miss them. So that knocks him out, no problem. Besides that, we've got a diamond in this tree. So, that's some easy money. And we're going to head out. Head to this next area between the Friendly Army and Bearghost. This is an old man. Whatever, I guess. Keep moving. He just wants to talk. Gibberling. Diseased Gibberling. These are some of the weakest enemies in the game. They're incredibly easy to kill. Generally don't drop much in the way of loot. And here we've got another little crevice with a ring in it. That's a ring of protection +1. You can see our armor class goes down a point, which is good. Not bad. Lower armor class is better. We are going to make our way up towards the Friendly Arm Inn. There's another guy who wants to chit-chat out in the woods. And we'll move along. This game is actually kind of cool with giving you a lot of chances and warnings about how dangerous everything is. Here's the Friendly Arm Inn. Nice little video. First thing we're going to do is run off this way. Because just over here is another much smaller, better hidden treasure. Also much more valuable. It is Evermemory, or the Ring of Wizardry, or whatever you want to call it. Either way, it doubles our level 1 spell slots, which is only one extra, but as we gain levels, or in not too long, we're going to be picking up some more companions and some of them will have, one of them specifically will be a single class mage, so he'll have lots more spell casts or casting ability than we will, being a tri-class. This is a little out of the way, coming over to Pelvale. And we're in trouble. Oh, good.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Could have been much more dangerous had we not had a sleep spell on hand. Yeah. Only having 8 and 9 HP makes these early levels especially dangerous. Sit over here. And we're going to do a sneaky little move where we recruit someone that you normally wouldn't necessarily recruit until much later in the game. But this will allow us to drop Emma in. This is Viconia DeVere. She's an elven cleric, but she's a drow, a dark elf. But he's going to kill her, and we're not going to allow that. So she's actually got a handy little spell called Command that knocks people out similarly to sleep, but for much shorter duration. And we got him. Pick up a couple pieces of equipment. And the reason we've kept Imo in this long is because if your reputation and charisma aren't high enough, which she's got a 16, we've only got a 9, Viconia will refuse to join your team. So now what we're going to do is sort out this stuff a little bit. And I'd love to give her this armor. Unfortunately, it requires a 10 strength, and she's only got a 10. A 12 strength. She's only got a 10. So, we'll just sell it. And with that, we'll go ahead and reform our party and kick out Emmeline. Yep, just like that. And we'll be picking up some more companions along the way. This is just the first of a few. And then what we're going to do here is we're actually going to step up here. Oh boy. Exciting stuff. Get to view a couple more battles. What we're going to do, knock these guys out and deal with them a little easier. Oops, not paying attention. These enemies also aren't worth much experience, but it's easier than running away. You can just drop a sleep spell on them. Alright, got this place explored, and we're going to come here. And now, we're dealing with a few hot goblins here. Let's see how this pans out. We don't have any, this guy might be able to see here. Morale failure running. So, now he's going to run away, which is a giant hassle. Because your people have to be close enough to actually take a swing at somebody. So we do a lot of running and missing. So this is a really exciting part of the video where I give up almost instantly and just shoot him with a magic missile. Alright. And we took a pretty hard shot there, so we're going to heal ourselves. Go back to full. Actually check her script. Perfect. And let's rest real quick. Get our spells back. Run off this way. we're looking for, I believe this group. Yep, this group of hobgoblins. There's a couple over this way. Looking for this one in particular. For our quest we'll be able to turn in just a moment. So we're going to smash a few more hobgoblins. We're looking for specifically this ring here. None of this equipment sells for very much, so we're going to ignore that. And what we're going to do, save some real time by wasting some in-game time. Step down here. And then go back up here. Because we do want to go into the friendly arm in here. Let's grab these scrolls real quick. A little extra experience, and who knows? Chill Touch and Larlock's Minor Drain might be useful at some point. Come in this door. This nice lady here is Joya. And she was robbed by some hobgoblins, and we've already solved that problem. So there we go. Reputation increase, and some easy experience. And if you recall, we were coming to the friendly arm in to meet Khalid and Jaheira, who were friends of Gorian's. So we're going to meet them. And this building here is the actual inn. You may or may not be able to tell. We're going to go ahead and walk up here. Oh. We're not so much friends. Well, and now apparently we're fighting. This is pretty obviously a mage who's wearing robes. And generally they want to cast spells, so we're going to try to interrupt something. Well, never mind. Look at that, right off the bat, we get a critical hit, 18 damage, and he's dead. That, shockingly, as it may seem, that is a very difficult fight for a lot of people, because he likes to open up with a spell called Mirror Image, which makes him not only, he can absorb hits, and his mirror images will disappear, but then he likes to immediately horror your party, which sends you running, similar to the way that goblin did. And then he just fires off piles and piles of magic missiles, and for a lot of characters he can kill them instantly at level 1. And sometimes you almost have to rely on the luck of the guards coming and assisting you and whatnot to even get through that fight. So that's astonishing. That's what that is. What we're doing here is we're here to identify this belt. And here's, it gives you full cold resist, but it doubles all the fire damage taken. Fire damage is extraordinarily more common than cold damage, so you could keep it for maybe specific enemies that deal cold damage, but I honestly don't feel like toting around a belt for half the game and then forgetting to use it anyway. There's roads cut off for one reason or another. There's brigands and bandits. This is another future party member, Dorn, the half-orc blackguard. But for now, he's going to be a little rude. So we're going to be a little rude back. Alright. We go a little further into here. And here is Khalid and Jaheira. And, oh, shocking, they know us. So, they can go ahead and join us. Jaheira has a nice potion of invisibility, which is one of the most powerful spell effects in this game. And if you don't believe me, you can try playing a solo character who has invisibility. It makes the game shockingly easy. We'll upgrade Viconia's armor, and other than that, there's not a real good use. Again, Viconia here can't use anything higher than a small shield, because even the medium shield here takes strength. And with that, we're going to actually say goodbye to our good friends Khalid and Jaheira. I'm a pretty big fan of Jaheira in the second game, but she got a an almost necessary boost to a lot of stats and whatnot in the second game. So for now, we won't be using it. We're gonna save real quick. And do a little more menu business.
Yes.
We don't need to rest. I'm gonna do my best to not be resting
At once.
over and over throughout the game. Just slows things down. So I usually only do it when I need spells back. This is Landrin on top floor, friendly Armin. And she's got a spider infestation. So, in Baragost, here, as you can see. And we're going to take care of that, and probably turn in this quest about halfway through the game when I actually remember that I'm carrying around the pieces to the quest.
At once.
As for that, that does it for what we need to do at the friendly Armin. And it's not very clear unless you actually come and speak to a few people and read what they say, but there's an iron shortage in the region, so we need to go south to Nashkel and the Nashkel mines. So that's our next destination. Let's head that way.
At once.
This is the wilderness we scooted through earlier on. We'll go ahead and make our way over here. We're actually going to go look at something that is a quest you can do for someone in Friendly Arm Inn, but I prefer not to because the reward is not equal to what you give up. This here is an ogre. Ogres are incredibly powerful enemies, but like some other enemies, they are completely susceptible to sleep. An ogre can easily do 10 to 15 damage a hit and very easily one-shot us. But this ogre in particular has a couple of belts. This one, you may be able to tell, is it helps out your missile and piercing defense. This one, on the other hand, is a girdle of sex change, which we are not particularly interested in. So, and the person in Friendly Armin wants this girdle and gives you, I don't know, a little bit of experience or gold. In any case, with us having likely 5 party members, we're not going to want to give up prime equipment pieces. I mean, we've got all these equipment slots to fill out on 5 people. Into Baragost.
What do you need?
Just to get out of this quickly, we can just do a 4 and a 4. Skip through that. And Baragost is rather large, and we're going to explore it. First things, let's see if we can slide through here. We're going to do a few things. First one being, let's see if it shows on the map, going to Kagain's, or I think he calls himself Kagain. Kagain shop. Ask him what kind of shop he has, and as noted before, he's got a portrait, so we'll agree to whatever he has to say, because we'd like to get him in our party. Move Viconia to the background.
I'm here to help.
And Kagain is a dwarven fighter with pretty average stats across the board. His strength isn't great. His constitution is quite good, but his dexterity is quite lacking. But we've got some pieces of equipment we can acquire that will sort out those those issues. I think we're gonna do this and switch up our how we move as a group. And let's come over here. This is Feldposten.
I don't like your typing here.
Oh, and apparently Marl here doesn't like our typing here.
You tell him, Marl.
Now there's two ways you can work this out with Marl. You can talk him down, which is dialogue options 1, 1, 3, 3, 1. And that'll give you 900 experience, and that's your best outcome. If you don't choose that particular sequence of dialogue options, he'll attack you and you beat him up, kill him without reputation loss, but for I think something like 600 experience. So it's better to talk him down, unless you just want to beat up a drunk guy. And what we're gonna do here is pick up History of the Fateful Coin. There's a lot of these lore books in the game, and it's occasionally fun to read through them if they have fun names. One of the other things we're here for is Kagain is an axe guy. He could really use that spell. Also, we could use this one. We'll sell that gem, and now we're broke again. But that being said, made Kagain just a little bit better combatant. And some of the problems with the Nashkel mines means that... Oh, that's unfortunate. Failed to scribe. Try that again. One of the things with the iron shortage is that if you use a weapon long enough, it has a chance of breaking. So, any metal weapon, I should say. And here we have an old friend, Firebeat Elvin here. He's the one that wanted the Identify Scroll found from Tethoril. He also now wants the History of the Fateful Coin. Oh, because that's unusual, because we happen to have one on our person. He gives us the very exceptionally useful, well, History of the Dead 3, which we don't care much for, but the scroll case, which can hold something like 100 scrolls. And if we have the tenacity to speak to him another 30 times, how many was that? 6, 8 so far. Another 30 times, we can get another 300 gold. Whoop. 10, 11, 12.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
12,
It's hard to find decent
23.
folk nowadays.
5. Wish she'd stop moving.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays. It's hard to find decent
There we go.
folk nowadays.
And normally I wouldn't care so much to do that, but we are a little bit low on money at the moment because we picked up that battle axe for Kagain. Sorry, I don't normally play with much sound on,
At once.
and so I've never heard his name out loud. We're fancy, so we'll stay at the in the royal one to get our spells back.
I'm here to help.
And it's nighttime. We'll keep moving around, make a loop around Baragost here. Our little band of people. And as you might suspect, I'm not stepping into this house at random. Inside are 4 spiders, which, as you will recall, we told the lady we would help her out with. And another enemy that is susceptible to the sleep spell, or command. We'll knock him out. smack this guy before he can hit us. Spiders can poison, which is not deadly unless you're low levels, in which case the poison is extremely deadly because it will do 1 damage a second until you die or heal it. So, and the lady we spoke to, she wanted Landry. She wanted to see the bodies, the boots, and bottle of wine, which is exactly what we picked up here. So, save, and Kagain leveled up. So let's check the level up. Bunch of hit points. His Thacko was reduced, which improves his chance to hit. No weapon proficiencies until next level, but that's fine. Because now he has 30 life, which is an exceptional amount more than my character. But we're doing good. We'll actually level 1 right after another in fairly short order once we finally get to that point. Here we got the jovial juggler. Take a step inside and talk to Bjorn in here. He has a quest for us to kill some half ogres southwest of here. And here's Gurk. And Gurk lost his cloak in Cloakwood, so he's very upset and he doesn't appreciate all the jokes.
At once.
So that gives us a couple more quests in our log here that we can check out. It pays to talk to basically everyone who's named in the game. You'll see a lot of times. That's just another one of those tag the edge of the maps that I do so I don't have to walk all the way across areas later on. But just about everybody named in this game has some sort of quest or dialogue unique to them. So it's kind of worth speaking to everyone. That being said, I know where most of this stuff happens. This is a fancy smithy that no one is in right now, so we're going to get some magical things out of to sell later. Nothing in there, but a little bit of experience. We found ourselves a magical bastard sword, which we are not interested in because we use long swords, and we're good with the staff for now. But, again, we can sell it a little bit later.
At once.
And we're going to sneak into this place as well. Another inn. I think this one's the Burning Wizard. Go into one of these rooms in the back. Why on earth it's in here is beyond me. Why anything is anywhere. This is a mace, which is, as of right now, the preferred weapon of Viconia. And until the smithy that we just robbed opens up in the morning, we'll have to use that. I prefer to have her use a ranged weapon because she has a very high dexterity. And this guy, again, someone can join us. He's got someone that's willing to pay us 300 gold to help her out. So, yeah, let's go check it out. But I prefer to have Viconia using a sling, which is the cleric ranged weapons, the only cleric ranged weapon they can use. But that's not available at the moment because it's night and the smithy isn't in his shop. That being said, this is the oh goodness, it's called the Punisher or some such thing. It has a pretty good chance to stun enemies that are hit, and as you might be able to tell by the way I've surrounded this enemy, we're in for a fight in a moment here. And we look to be worth about 300 gold. And she wants us to kill some ruffians that are going to show up. It looks like these are the ruffians. But if you listen to their conversation, things seem to be a little bit not as they seem. So we're going to disagree, and she is going to definitely turn on us immediately. And good gracious, again with critical hit, 24 damage. Good gracious. Yes, this game is making me out to be a liar. Normally she's an extraordinarily difficult enemy because she likes to cast improved invisibility and then lightning bolt your party. But I crit her instantly, which gives us the benefit of a +1 quarterstaff, which is good, because now we have a better chance to hit. Also, she had a pile of 400 gold, and a potion of invulnerability, which we may make use of later. And not only that, but Viconia leveled up. Fantastic. She actually started at level 2 when she came to our group, and that's by virtue of normally you wouldn't pick her up till quite a bit later. So we're going to go ahead and level her up. She gains access to level 2 pre-spells. Some more hit points. Her lore went up. Great. That's what we're going to do. First off, we're going to drop one of those for, not that, remove fear. Which, it's, the remove fear is really just things can't fear you now. That's what I use it for. More so my party doesn't run scattering to the winds because someone cast a horror spell on them. For level 2, I occasionally like Hold Person, but it honestly just tends to fail too frequently. So we're going to pick up Slow Poison, which is always good, which just, as it says, negates almost every poison. Silence is another good one, but we don't necessarily want to silence our own people, so stick with what we got. We'll save, and let's duck into here.
You're at the end of your rope, Baldur.
And here's Karlat, and he wants to kill us, so we're gonna fight him. See if we can use that on it. Oh goodness, it did work. So here's an easy peasy fight again. Oh, he's up. And he's running. Alright, let's finish this guy. What is... There we go. A little bit of gold, a little bit of experience. And we're going to talk to this halfling called Purdue. He has a quest for us. And you got yourself a deal. And he's got a quest for... Oh. Also, if we talk to these guys, they go, "Oh, thanks for not murdering us." And they take off. Purdue there, though, has a quest for us in an area that we were going to go to anyway. So, that's good for us. Sure. Let's help you out. And here's another person that can join your party, as you can see by the portrait, Nira. She's actually one of the added Enhanced Edition companions. And she's a wild mage, and the red mages here want to catch her and dissect her, basically. And we're going to say, no, you can't have her. Either way, she ends up fighting them. But this way, we can get her on our team. Let's go here. This guy, here's that mirror image I was telling you about. It's a big pain, especially from a caster, because here's a broken weapon. They'll mirror image themselves and then use crowd control or damage spells on you, and you can't do anything about it.
be elbow deep in my brains right now.
Alright.
Since you were
Yep,
kind enough,
she can join us.
fantastic.
And
me
that's
just
for
get my-
just a couple of reasons. One, so we can take that.
I'm ready to go now.
Two, like the scroll case, we have a gem bag now. So we can dump our unwanted gems that we're going to sell eventually in there. And three, this rope. But she's good aligned and, or I guess neutral. She's not going to get along with one of our later party members.
Seriously?
So,
After
maybe
all
we'll
these
meet again.
years?
I doubt it.
Obviously, I had the wrong idea about our friendship. When you're ready
That
to apologize, you can
will
find me
wrap
at
up
Friendly Arm Inn.
our visit to Baragost. And let's head. Where's that nearest exit? Let's go this way. That'll wrap up this episode. We've accomplished quite a bit here. We've got 2 new party members. We leveled up a little bit. We killed a few things. We got some new equipment. All sorts of fun new things. And in the next episode, we'll, do some more of the same. So I hope to see you back here soon, and have a good one.